top-level self. Discipline does not require willpower. In other words, you don't actually need to deliberately persist and strive to achieve continuous self-discipline, because any action is essentially a game of motivation and resistance. When the motivation for action is greater than the instinctive resistance, behavior will be established and change will happen. Conversely, the status quo will remain stagnant. There are only two reasons why we are unwilling to do something. Either the motivation is too weak or the resistance is too strong. And learning, thinking, writing, exercising, etc., the things we call self-discipline are extremely energy-consuming. Any high-energy consuming task will be perceived by the subconscious as a threat to survival, thus generating massive instinctive resistance to rejection. This is the fundamental reason why self-discipline is so difficult. Just like maintaining daily exercise is very hard, but if you are told that if you stick to running for 30 minutes every day for a month, you will get $1 million. I believe almost everyone can do it. So failing to be self-disciplined is not because of weak willpower, lack of perseverance, inherent laziness, or self-indulgence. The root problem is that you lack strong enough inner motivation to overcome instinctive resistance. You can't find the meaning behind your efforts, or you are unsure about the return of your efforts. Thus, there's no motivation for action. In fact, discussing how to be self-disciplined itself is a false proposition, because self-discipline itself is not the goal, let alone a self-satisfying performance. It is merely an external state that naturally emerges. In the process of achieving goals, the most efficient way to achieve this state is to improve and cultivate your inner motivation. How can you obtain continuous internal drive? It's simple. Establish a process feedback iteration system. Relying solely on the desire for grand goals is not enough. You also need the pleasure of continuously solving problems in the process, the sense of achievement from positive feedback, and the joy of taking another step closer to the goal. How should you do it specifically? Step 1. Find your deepest inner desire. You can ask yourself 3 questions. What is my goal in doing this thing? What result do I want to achieve through it? By doing this thing, what kind of changes do I hope to bring to my abilities and life? If you can't clearly answer these 3 questions, or after answering these questions, you don't feel an unstoppable obsession to achieve the goal, then I suggest you give up this matter early on. Don't waste time torturing yourself. Step 2. Find a simple and feasible minimal loop. Ask yourself 3 questions again. What can I do to get closer to my ultimate goal? To complete this thing, what problems do I need to solve? What feedback can help me assess the effectiveness of doing this thing? Notice that this task should be as easy as possible, and it should have a clear sense of completion. Just like countless exams before the college entrance exam, with a clear beginning, ending, and feedback. Step 3. Turn this task into a daily habit. Based on your daily action feedback, continuously review and iterate. Am I a little stronger now? Am I one step closer to my goal? What can I do to make this task more effective? How can I gain more positive feedback? If I want to get one step closer to my goal, what else can I do? By completing these 3 steps, you will find a clear goal, a strong desire for the process, and the patience to progress step by step. All great human achievements result from the accumulation of countless small changes over days and months. True self-discipline is not pain, endurance, or suppressing instincts. It is the silent and determined ambition, and the relentless obsession to achieve the goal at all costs. Because these 2 things together are called faith.